Okay, so Tayden, tell me about going into this season, kind of the thought about you on offense, meaning how were they planning to use you? Running back, direct snap as QB. What did Coach Spire talk about how he was going to use you going into this year?
Whatever the team needs me to do in the right moment. So say we're on the goal line, I think I'm going to take a direct snap. If we're somewhere in the middle of the field, I'm going to be at a receiver spot so we can open the offense a little bit more, show defense different looks.
So let's talk about at the goal line because you found yourself there a couple times in overtime. Was that something, obviously those plays were called for you, correct, to go straight ahead and use your size and strength? Talk about each one of those, and then we'll get to the decision to go for two. But what about the 2 touchdowns?
I think the coaches put me in positions where I can succeed every single time, and we rep that in practice enough to where I know exactly what I'm doing every single time.
Do you enjoy that? Do you enjoy the contact?
Yeah,
I mean, do you enjoy the straight ahead and knowing
Yeah.
you got to get to the end zone?
Yeah, love it.
What was the conversation about? They had obviously Fredrick Douglass had already kicked the extra point. Talk about what was the discussion about to go for 2, not go for 2? Was there any hesitation?
Well, I didn't personally talk to our Coach Spire, but in my head, I was thinking we need to go for 2 because our field goal's gotten blocked twice, and they haven't stopped me on the goal line yet. So I honestly think as long as everybody is on the same page, we're going to succeed either way.
So once you knew going for 2, and once you knew that you were going to get it, what's your mentality then? Like there's no, I mean, this because it's do or die, right? It's win or lose.
I don't care how many people are in front of me. I got to score. That's pretty much it.
Did that, from your perspective, because that was kind of your dad, right? I mean, that's kind of the way he played the game. I mean, did that make you? Do you kind of feel like you emulate him when you're on the field?
100%. If I can do anything, I can remind people of what he did and how many people he impacted. So I hope I emulate his game. Obviously, I didn't get to see it, but I've obviously seen videos. And if I emulate his game, I love it. I also want to be my own self at the same time, if that makes sense.
Well, no, that does make sense, and that's a good thing to bring up. I mean, you obviously, people remember your daddy was such an impactful player here at Highlands, and obviously you have the same last name. Your first name, bears part of him as well. So how do you be yourself? How are you different, and how do you be your own person?
I think I embrace everything that he did. I just embrace it, and thank God that I have the ability to do what I do now and what our team does. That's pretty much it.
So let's talk about this team. I mean, obviously you guys the last couple years, very successful, made the state semifinals in 5A. Now you're 4A. Everybody kind of knows week 1, you got to get the kinks out, and I guess you guys would be no exception to that. 3 turnovers. You mentioned the 2 blocked field goals, 0 for 4. Coming out of it with a winning, it's a really good football team like Fredrick Douglass. What type of momentum does that give you going into week 2?
On the offensive side of the ball, not much because obviously it was pretty sloppy. But getting that win in this type of atmosphere at home, it gives us all the momentum in the world. And we just have to use that against Cooper on Friday.
Well, speaking of Cooper, let's go back to last year because I know that was a really tight game during the regular season, 24-21. They pulled that out. Yep. And then you go there and you guys had the lead, and all of a sudden, I mean, they were an offensive buzzsaw last year. Certainly giving up the 61 points and losing that game. I know players talk a lot about kind of leaving a bad taste in your mouth. Is that something that since the last time for you guys looking forward to getting back and getting another shot at them?
I think every time we've played them, we're like, we're going to get them back. We're going to get them back. And it just hasn't happened yet. And I think they're starting to be one of our rivals. But all we got to do is play our game, open the playbook up, and it'll go from there.
Now, you're playing a little defense this year too, right?
Yeah.
Now, do you, from a preferential standpoint, you like the offense better, defense, or does it just depend on the situation?
Depending on the situation, but whatever the team needs me to do, I'm going to do it. Because as long as I'm on the field, that's all I want.
Do you like the both ways? I mean, is that, are you kind of one of those that,
Yeah, I'm conditioned enough to where I can do it. And if they need me to do it, I'm going to do it.
You mentioned Cooper becoming a rival. Certainly, Covenant Catholic, a longtime historic rival of Highlands. How about being back in 4A and meeting them, and obviously being in the same district and having a shot in 4A?
It gets me excited because the atmosphere every time we play CUFCAF is insane, and that we get to play them at home. I just can't wait.
How about you wearing your dad's number? I mean, obviously they retired his number. Was that something? Did you think back to that? Did you ask to wear that? Is that something that was that? Because normally when a number's retired, it's done. So
yeah. Our equipment manager's it was one of my dad's best friends, and I think it was a given that I was going to wear the number either way. If I wanted to wear a different number, I think he would just give me the other number. But I would love 22. I would never change it ever.
Final question: when you look at this game on Friday, Cooper, knowing last year's games, what do you have to do? What does Highlands have to do? It's on the road. It's their home opener. They obviously had a tough one against a really good Anderson team. What does Highlands have to do Friday night?
We got to play how we play and with the confidence that we can beat anybody as long as we just play the way we play, open the playbook up, throw the ball around, run counter. We're really good at it. So
I was going to say, when you say play how we play, how do you play?
Right now it looks like we run counter and then run counter again and then do it again. But Rio is one of a kind quarterback. So you guys are going to see what he's capable of Friday.
And he had pretty good. I mean, his statistics against Fredrick Douglass were pretty solid.
Yeah, they were good. Yeah, I think he played just as good as he needed to, and we pulled it out.